We're excited to be joined today by Steve Kaplan. He is a West Bloomfield Township Supervisor. Steve works day in and day out to make sure that every resident and staff member in West Bloomfield is staying safe and that the township is running smoothly as we transition into the new year. He was elected in 2016, and Steve oversees the police, fire, building development services, engineering, environmental, code enforcement, human resources, information technology, budgeting, assessing, and water and sewer departments. Steve, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Morning, Maddie. Happy New Year to you and the staff.
Thank you, Steve. You too. So let's go into, as we head into the new year, some of the updates in the township and maybe some of the projects that you guys are working on here in West Bloomfield.
Developments are increasing. We are 98% built in West Bloomfield, but residents might favor some upcoming developments. The Barnes & Noble building on Orchard Lake Road is likely to become a Mediterranean market, an open market with a restaurant, similar to Zerbo's on Maple and Haggerty. And then we have a 5-story apartment building being constructed at the former Jeff Cawley or Cawley Performance Auto. It's an eyesore right now. People drive by, they see the red sign and a dilapidated building, but it'll be a 5-story building with a swimming pool on the 5th floor, and we expect to draw interest among future residents and current residents for those who might want to live in that new building. And then we are repairing roads, and that's not very exciting, but we're staying afloat. Thanks to our residents and staff, we've been fairly safe and healthy. At Town Hall, if you want to enter and remain, you must wear a mask, but I think most people appreciate that.
And then, Steve, you mentioned some of those road projects here in West Bloomfield. Can you elaborate a little bit on some of those road projects that we are experiencing here in West Bloomfield? Obviously, with the snow, the potholes are back here in Michigan, and with the snow melting, it kind of affects the roads here. So will you tell us a little bit about the road projects that are going on here in West Bloomfield?
When candidates run for governor, regardless of the party, they talk about fixing the damn roads. The problem with township versus a city is in a township, the county owns the roads other than private roads, which are very minimal in West Bloomfield. So we have a good relationship with the Oakland County Road Commission, especially Dennis Kohler and Gary, who are the chief managers. And let's say a resident notices a pothole in his neighborhood. He'll call Town Hall. We then contact the Road Commission, and within 2 or 3 days, that pothole is filled. In fact, in a neighboring city, there was such a large pothole that they thought some missing people were occupying it. But it's wonderful that we have this relationship because it definitely benefits the residents. The downside or downfall is that since we do not own the roads, and let's say a subdivision road needs repair, Maddie, maybe numerous in front of nearly every house, like Tequesta Road is one that needs to be repaired, Orchard Crest, Cherry Crest, Maple Creek. All we can do for those residents is enter into what's called an SAD, a special assessment district, where the residents, all of them, are assessed the same amount of money, other than if you have a corner house, which occupies both sides of 2 different roads. But everybody pays the same, whether it's a $500,000 home or a $200,000 home. So this is disenchanting for residents, Maddie, because they want to know why their roads are not repaired. And the answer is the roads are owned by the county, and the county doesn't have sufficient funds to repair neighborhood or residential areas.
And Steve, will you tell us a little bit about how your role makes sure that all of these projects are implemented and followed through in the township, and a little bit about maybe how the township makes sure that all the voices and needs of the residents here in West Bloomfield are heard and accounted for?
It sounds trite, but I will say, and you've heard me say it again, I sound like a broken record, we have a superb staff. We would compare our staff, our department heads, and other employees with any other municipality because we hire good people. We're very careful as to whom we hire. We've diversified the staff, and we're very proud of that. And in terms of I did mention to you that there's a fairly new concept in road building and road repair. It's called a preservation overlay. You would know, like Drake Road, Halstead have preservation overlays. It's like black asphalt. It's smooth, somewhat shiny, and it lasts for 5 to 7 years. And through that, and the road commission were able to repair roads. So recently, in the past 2 years, the township has contributed funds, which is very rare. It's like a 50-50 split with the road commission. Greer Road has been resurfaced. That's a 2.1 mile area. Pine Lake Road will be resurfaced, preservation overlay. Green Road, and earlier in time, I think Pontiac Trail received the same treatment. So residents and visitors and business owners and employees will notice that our roads are in pretty good shape. The main streets are, and I think people are pleased by that.
Amazing. So thank you so much for telling us a little bit about what's going on and what we can see here in West Bloomfield in 2022. And thank you again for your work here in West Bloomfield.
Thanks, Manny. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Steve.